Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night crafting with wheels. Another gorgeous day. We ate supper on the patio tonight. It was just fabulous. I think it makes the food taste better. And there were no bugs, so it was perfect. Nice breeze blowing. So I hope you get a chance later on tonight, or now maybe you're outside, and take advantage of this beautiful weather. I have a fun project to show you tonight. We're going to do some techniques. I have a new product to show you. And hey Bev, I just want to give you a reminder of a couple of things. Free shipping today, tomorrow, and Friday on orders of $100 or more, and that's before taxes or before you redeem any coupon codes that you might have. The order itself has to total $100, and then the free shipping will kick in. If you don't have a wish list that's over $100, send it to me and I can add it to mine. I'll be placing an order later tonight, and then I'll place one on Friday as well. So it's a really great time. Some people were thinking, or maybe on the fence, about the virtual scrapbooking kit, and it is still available. A huge response. They're already planning the next one. So it's $340, I think, $360. But right away you would save that much in the shipping. So 10%, I think, well, even more than that. The shipping's like 11% or something. I don't even pay attention because I have to pay it. But it's a really good opportunity. And let me tell you, the virtual scrapbooking event was phenomenal. I haven't watched all of it. I had a little gentleman visiting me last weekend, so that took up all my time. But it's all recorded. It will be recorded forever. They're going to move it from Facebook over to YouTube at the end of the month. And I plan on doing maybe a layout a day or something over a period of time, because it was a little bit overwhelming. There's techniques, there's stamping. It was a really great event. So that's one thing, free shipping. The other thing is there's still time to register for my crop. No frills, Saturday, August the 16th at the Westmount Presbyterian Church from 9 to 5. Bring your lunch, I'll have some treats, and we have a new game. So no more cards, bring your toonies. You might want to bring some fivers. It's going to be spectacular. So we're going to have lots of fun spot prizes. There'll be a grand prize from the pot. And it's something no one has done in our circle. So I'm not going to spill the beans. I'm not going to give you any more hints, but it's fun. And you'll be... I know you're going to have a lot of fun with it. So make sure you stock up on your toonies before the 16th of August. So I'm going to flip the camera down, because while I'm yammering away, I do have something to show you. And I think I showed you a picture of this before. It's one of the new kits that came out the 1st of July. Stampin' Up! Releases at least 2 new kits, sometimes 3, at the start of every month. And this one is another amazing kit. This one's $34. It's called what is it called? Birthday Fancy. And it's a true stamping kit. So it comes with the block, the sentiments, sweetest birthday wishes, let's eat cake, happiest birthday, sending you happy birthday wishes, wishing you another year as sweet as you. Oh, isn't that nice? And time to celebrate. So a nice stamp set. These make great gifts. Hey, Cindy. You get everything. So it's perfect for somebody that maybe wants to get started in stamping, but they don't know what to get, because it's all inclusive. You don't need anything. Well, maybe a pair of scissors to get it opened. So let's have a tuck in. I've had this kit for a week or so, and I haven't had a chance to open it up. So all comes nicely packaged. So there's it comes with a block. So again, it's perfect. Hey, Kathy, for those crafters that are just starting out, because it is truly all-inclusive. Glue dots, double-sided tape, the ink spot to go with the stamp set. Just Let me get this out here, and then I can show you the picture. Oh, goodness, I should have opened that first. Isn't that pretty? Look at all the... So this is one of those kits that you can kind of use your own designs on. You don't have to stick, well, you never have to stick to the exact directions, but it comes with your directions. It comes with the stamp case insert. You can order it in different languages. So it comes with all your directions. And actually, if you follow the directions they're really easy to put together. Trust me, if you follow the directions. So it talks about the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors and gives you, there's actually 12 cards and 12 envelopes, and it's $34. So that is really good value, because where can you buy 12 cards? Not even at the dollar store for 30. And look at this huge sheet of dimensionals. Oh, great idea, Kathy. Get it during free shipping. So 5.5 by 5 sheet of dimensionals. Great. And then you've got your envelopes, all with the little gold flecks. And I'm already seeing lots of alternate designs, because you know some of those top demonstrators can't do anything by the book. They make their own books. There's all the little sentiment sheets, the banners, and then there's, I forget how many designs. So there's one set of cards. There's 4. And again, easy enough to cut these in half to double how many cards you would get. It's beautiful. Hi, Crystal. Yeah, my nails match the card stock. There's some in Pool Party. And again, so there's 8. There's some more flags and banners. Some more embellishments. This is fun. The pink. So those are the 3 designs. You get the stripes, the blue and white, and the gold and white. So lots of variety there. And then look at all the stuff, all the bits and bobs that you can punch out to add to the cards. So there's one sheet, and then there's a set of 3 birthday cakes to go on a card. The little teacups, isn't that cute? And the little, oh, what are those called? Oh, my mind goes, I'm trying to say croissant, and I know it's not croissants. Those little fancy cookies. Look at all the gold foil. Somebody's making a comment, and I can't see who it is. Oh, hi, Darla. I know, it's a terrific introduction to card making. Split a kit with somebody. Have somebody come over and split the kit. And again, look at these gold foil sheets, the little frames. Really, really cute. And they're double, so you get like 2, the little fancy. So if you're going to be at Shanda's crop this week, I'm going to be bringing this kit with me to work on. So Crystal and anybody else that's going to be at the crop, you can see it up close and personal on Saturday. And I will also have it at my crop in August. So if you want to have a look at that, that's where you'll see it. And you know what? The other thing nice is for gift giving, it comes in these great boxes. So really, macarons. Thank you, Bev. Oh my God, total brain fart. I could not think of that word. So let me show you what we're going to make tonight. We are going to make a fun fold, and it's kind of a variation of a card we made not too long ago, but this uses a full sheet of cardstock. So can you spot some new product on there? And then it sits up like this, and it folds flat to go into a card. So I'm using some things that are still available. So the I think it's birthday fan, no, that was the name of the, I forget what this paper is called. It's still available. This little punch that we have, this guy has punched 1,000,000 leaves. I'm telling you, if you've been to my classes, you know we use that a lot. It is on the last chance list. It's still $33. The stamp set that coordinated with it is gone, but the punch is still available. So I thought, well, maybe tonight will be the last kick at the can before it's sold out. And we're using a brand new embossing folder. I'm sure if you follow Stampin' Up! At all, or some of the top demonstrators, you will have seen the gorgeous designs that are coming with this embossing folder. Tonight, all we're doing is embossing on the two-tone paper. And on this one, I've distressed it a little bit. It's just a really fun fold. So, and super easy to make. I'm going to show you this embossing folder. It's huge. It takes a half a sheet of paper at one time if you want to put the whole half. So this is 8.5 by 5.5 sheet of paper. And this is the two-toned. This is the Darling Duckling. So there's the darker side. There's the light side. And we're going to use the embossed, or the up side. You can, sunflower. Is that what did I not say sunflower? Did I say something else? I'm like rambling tonight. Whatever. And you can cut these out. There's 1,001 techniques on how to use this embossing folder. So we're going to do some cutting in a minute. I've got my piece of paper. And again, I'm using Darling Duckling. I have it for the base. And I have a piece of what color is this? The Cloud Cover. That new in color. So I'm gonna set these aside. And actually we're gonna use this as the card base because that's the one I've got cut. 8.5 by 5.5. And then I also need a piece for the little folding mechanism. And that piece is going to be 5.5. We'll switch things up tonight and make this just opposite. 5.5 by 4.25. And we're going to score that one in half at 2 3/4, like that. And that's a piece actually of the two-tone paper. That's not exactly what I wanted to use. Where is, so again, you know me, in my mess here, I don't want to use that two-tone paper because I'm putting two-tone paper on the top of it. So you know what? I'm just going to recut all my paper and we'll start from scratch. How's that? So for the base of the card, you need half a sheet of paper. So we're going to cut this at 5.5 by 8.5. So there's that. So we're going to start right from scratch, and we're going to do some scoring. We're going to score 3 score lines on this piece of paper. We're going to score it at 2 1/8. Then we're going to score it at 4 1/4, which is the half, which if you were making just a regular card, you would score at. And then you can either slide it across to the 6 3/8, but it's hard to see it because it's so close to the fold. So I'm just going to flip it around and score it at 2 1/8 again. So 2 1/8 from both ends and 4 1/4 in the center. And that's going to give us our score lines for our fold. And then we need a piece of the cloud cover for this piece here, and that measures 5.5. So I've already got my 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it takes a 1/4 sheet of cardstock for the front. And this one, I'm going to score this, or you can fold it, but I like to score it at 2 3/4. And then we need to get some, and I'm going to do all my burnishing in a minute. We need to cut some designer paper. And this is one of those cards that you want everything to line up. It's not as noticeable with this kind of a pattern, but you want it to look like it's a continuous card. So it's important that we cut the paper. So I did a really good job. See how the flowers, you can tell that those flowers were attached. So here's your tip for doing this. I need a piece of paper that is 5 3/8 wide. I'm just going to back it off a little bit because it was like that. And then I'm going to determine, I think this is the best way. My flowers are all kind of going up. Thanks, Shanda. And then I'm going to cut them at 2 inches. So my strip is 5 3/8, and then I'm going to slide it in, and I'm going to cut at 2. And it's important that we get them all in order. So I'm going to slide this one across to here, and then I'm just going to keep my paper in the trimmer and slide it across to 2 again. And put that there. I have these up here, you can't see them. Trust me, I've got them going in order. And then I'm going to cut another one at 2. You need 4 pieces. Like that. And like this. And then I'm going to have a little piece left over. So there I have them all spread out at the top. And I'm going to cut my my embossed piece of the sunflower paper, and that is 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll just stick this in 5 1/4 across by 4. And we'll just set this aside, and I think that's all I need my trimmer for, but we'll keep it handy here in case I need it again. So I'm going to come back with my card base, and I want to make sure that I have it looking kind of like an upside down W. And I'm going to give those a really good crease. One of the secrets to a good fun fold is making sure that your creases are nice and straight, and that they've got a really good burnish on them. So I like to go over them one way, and then actually you can turn it inside out and get those creases going the other way. Give it a good press. And this is where you can also do some manipulation. Now, luckily, I'm pretty much right bang on. The edges match up pretty good, but if they don't, when you're burnishing it, that gives you the opportunity, gives you a little bit of wiggle room to make sure that all your pieces match up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach those pieces of paper. So I'm going to start with the left-hand side. I'm using glue, but you can use your favorite adhesive. I sent out a newsletter today. If you're not on my email list, send me a message when we're done here so that I can get you added on. So I'm just going to add this on like that. Make sure it's in place. I'm not turning these upside down. I'm keeping them right side up so that my pattern matches all the way across. go. It just gives you that illusion that it's one continuous piece of paper. Some paper patterns are going to be more pronounced and will show more that you've that there's an actual continuation of the pattern. With the flowers, it's a little bit forgiving if you mix them up, but try and keep them all on a straight line. And we'll attach the last piece here. So with most folds, this is just like most fun folds. It's one of those cards that your friends are going to say, wow, and they'll never have to know how easy it was to put it together. So there's the basic card, all done for us. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of cloud cover, and oh no, I did cut that right. I'm going to score this piece. I could fold it in half, but I like to put a score line in it. So it is, it's 4. Is that what we measured? Yeah, 4. So I need by 5 1/4. So I'm going to score that again at 2 3/4. And you could score it on either side. It won't really matter. You have to score through that embossed image, but that's no big deal. And again, I'll just take this off, and I can see where my score line is pretty much. Well, you know what? I can't, so I'm actually going to have to fold this in half. I think that's what I did on the other piece anyways. It's going to kind of find the natural, the score line. Bring that back. I just didn't press hard enough. And with this paper, it's quite all right if some of the finish comes off, because this is the double-sided, the two-toned paper. Let's see, which way will we put this? I think this one's kind of going up. So what I do, I have a couple different tools. I showed you a couple weeks ago when we were talking about this paper. I keep all my little files from my manicures, but I also have this handy dandy little sander, and I find it's really good for just removing the top layer of paper to reveal what's underneath that white core. And you don't need to press very hard, or you can press as hard as you want and take off as much as you want. I want it just a little bit subtle. And I find with this, you've got really good control. I think it was like $10 or something off of Amazon. And it came with 1,000 sheets of sandpaper. Maybe not 1,000, but it seems like it's a lot. So that's just taken off that top layer of color and leaves us with that really subtle highlight on the paper. So I'm just going to apply some, again, I'm using Tombow glue. You can use whatever you like. I'm not going to put it right on the fold. I'll bring this back over here, and I want to line it up so that my folds are lined up nice and straight before I apply the pressure. So I wanted to make sure that the two fold lines are nice and straight. And then we're going to assemble this. So what you want to make sure, and this tip was shared by Patty Bennett, and she's the one that designed this card, is you want to make sure it will fit into your envelope. So I have a standard envelope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up, and I'm going to put that card base down like that. And I'm going to slide this under. So I want to make sure that when my card is flattened down like this to mail, it doesn't extend over that fold line. But I'm also going to add a little sentiment to it. So if I had the sentiment off this far, it would hang over and then it would bend in the mail. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to back this off a little bit, because I like the idea of that hanging over just a little bit. And once I'm happy with that, everything's within that envelope. I've got it centered kind of top and bottom. I'll just open it up. I'm keeping everything tucked in there together. And then I'll just apply. Just be careful when you're applying your adhesive, because you don't want to glue it together. Patty put her adhesive on that piece and I can't do that. I would have glue everywhere. Some people, you might find it's a little bit easier to put double-sided tape on there or tape runner. I like the glue. I'm just going to hold that for a second. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it all up and I'm going to give it a flip. And then I'll open it up again. Put a little bit of glue over here, like that. Push it down. And there you have your card. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do just a little bit of stamping. I have our old favorite stamp set, Simply Said. This is another stamp set that we've used over and over again. It's in the annual catalog as well, and it's very reasonably priced, like $27 or something for 10 stamps. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that centered as best I can. It's a little bit of old olive ink. I could distress the edges of that if I wanted to, but I don't think today I'm going to. So again, I'm just going to put this back on the envelope because I want to make sure, and I'm not going to use dimensionals because this is pretty thick. So I'm just going to put adhesive kind of randomly here. And again, when I put it back on here, I'm going to make sure that I'm not extended over the fold of that envelope. Like that. And then I'll take my trusty little punch here. And I have some old olive cardstock. And I'm just going to use that top little leaf. Like that. Maybe on this one we'll do 3. Because I'm going to put it in a different spot. So I'm going to take those 3, put the lid on my glue, and I have a roll of glue dots here. So I think I'm going to make just kind of like a little cluster of the leaves. Pick that off. You can use a pokey tool or your fingers. I'm going to just kind of slide that underneath there. I'll put another one on. Oops, one's here. And kind of roll it up a little bit to hide that glue. Do I need the third one? Oh, maybe not. I'm going to take, I tied a little twine bow. So what I plan on doing, I have class here tomorrow, so it won't be tomorrow. Friday I'm getting a new water softener. So I hope to have some time in my craft room, and I want to try some of the techniques where they're actually applying color to that, to the embossing folder. What they do is you can take markers or ink pads and actually apply ink to the embossing folder, and then when you emboss it, it changes the white paper or whatever color. It picks up the color. It's stunning. People are just crazy. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. The other thing, and this was a reminder someone else did, is you can use an embossing folder on the back of your envelope. Isn't that fun? So there you have it, a couple really quick but stunning wow cards done with that sunflower. They're all going to be a little bit different because if you cut your paper after you've embossed it, you're always going to get just a little bit of a different angle of where your sunflower is. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to make a coffee and go sit on the deck and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thanks for joining. Take care, everybody, and I'll see some of you, a whole bunch of you, on Saturday. Take care. Bye.